I want to take some time just to invite Angie Pack up on stage. We are super excited to announce that Angie is going to be joining our staff team very part-time in this season. So excited to have her. She's just so gifted, so smart, just incredible engine and energy. It's been so fun to work for the last few weeks together. But wanted to bring her up here to communicate with you guys that she's going to be directing a lot of like compassion and justice and mercy initiatives in this season as we're all under this pandemic and trying to figure out how does the church respond faithfully. So I wanted Angie to come up here so you could see her face, and if you have any questions, you could send her an email, Angie@wellspringchurchpg.org. You could email her, but we also wanted to talk about a specific initiative that Angie has put a lot of energy and time into that we're really excited about. I don't know if you want to explain to them kind of where we're at and what we're thinking, and that'd be awesome.
So I am coming on staff as the Director of Compassion Ministries. Tony asked me what I was passionate about in terms of service, and one of the things that my heart really beats for is looking into our community and seeing what our needs are and how we can demonstrate Jesus to our community through service and acts of compassion, and just kind of looking out and asking, okay, if Jesus were physically here, what would he do? And he is here in us, and so we are to be him within our community. During the pandemic, especially, as I've talked to a lot of other parents, and we ourselves as a family have done distance learning with our students. We've just talked a lot about, I wonder what, this is hard for us as, a married couple with, me being mostly at home, even in our own circumstance, our very privileged circumstance, we found that distance learning was a struggle. And so we were thinking about other people in our community for whom they don't have a lot of resources, maybe single parents or two working parents. And so we decided that as a church community that we were going to open up our facilities to start a distance learning center here at Wellspring. So in the next few weeks, we are going to be bringing on someone to proctor distance learning for students here in Pacific Grove who are in particular need of distance learning support. Basically, students who are not being otherwise educated right now during the pandemic because they just don't have the family resources to be able to handle that right now.
Yeah, and we met with Principal Keller, and like he had a list of students, this is at Robert Down, a list of students, and he was just like super excited about the possibility because he sees sort of, we kind of have an outside view, but he gets to see inside of like, oh, there really are families, even in a privileged environment like PG, that are really, really struggling. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yes, please do this.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell them like how they might even connect, involve, contribute. Like we're talking about participation. I think you're an awesome example, right? I asked Angie like, so what are you passionate about? What are you gifted in? And then we sort of created a position that was around your gifting that really met a need in the body. Right now. But maybe just share about how maybe people could participate if God sort of invites them.
Yeah, we'll definitely need volunteers. So if anybody is interested or passionate about this particular ministry of reaching families who are struggling with distance learning, feel free to shoot me an email. I think our biggest needs right now are twofold. One would be financial. So if you would like to contribute a gift financially and just specify that you want your gift to go towards the distance learning center that we're starting, that would be terrific. And then the second would just be volunteer time. We are going to have one proctored person here with the students helping them, but if we could have a second person volunteer and kind of maybe rotate through the week depending on who's interested and how many people we have interested, that would be a tremendous help. And then lastly, we're going to be providing student meals through Pacific Grove Unified. However, delivering the meals to the Wellspring campus is also something that we potentially need. So that would be a third thing. Can you
Yeah, I think the only other thing I would say is like, I think this is a really cool opportunity for us actually to share with folks that would never come to our service, like a way they could contribute. Because I think this is a broad need that is recognized inside and outside the church, right? This isn't like, oh, only Christians care about this. Everyone cares about this. I actually think this would be a really cool opportunity to see if folks outside the church would be open to funding this offering to the community, right? So the primary need is we're trying to fund basically a proctored position. So someone can be there with the kids and help them on their assignments because they cannot get the help they need at home. Like, I just wonder, what does it look like to share this with folks we know and see if maybe people outside the church are willing to help us fund this because this is for the common good of the whole community. I just think there's a cool sort of reframing of what church is and who Jesus is in this moment. So I think that would be the other thing I would throw out there. But with that said, super excited to have Angie on the team. It's incredible how much she's done. How many weeks have you been on? Like 3?
About 3.
3 weeks. It's like she's done like 6 months of work in 3 weeks, and she's just unbelievable, such a help. Super excited to see what else she creates. Also want to say, if you have awesome other ideas of like, this is a way to help, you feel like God is saying, I want to do this, talk to Angie. She would love to like figure out how to make more of these things spring up based on other people's energy and their initiative and their gifting. So please reach out to her. And with that said, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.